Hey, everybody. I'm Jennifer Kramer, and I have a special, amazing guest with me today, Rachael Venema. Say hi, Rachael. So we came on because I have been working with Rachael, and she is an amazing human, and I wanted you guys to get to know her, but also see what it's like to be in the Radiance program. So if you guys are new or just joining, I help women business owners become radiant, magical unicorns who take their businesses to the next level and have the confidence and the magic to make it happen. So this is Rachael. She is a portrait photographer in Ripon, California. So it's super way earlier there for her. Still daylight for the time change people. She still has daylight. Little bit daylight. So Rachael joined me because Rachael has had one of the most amazing experiences that I've ever been able to witness. Like, I was shook from your experience. So I wanted you guys to see and share. So comment if you're joining. Let it say hi. Tell us you're here. Say hi to Rachael. Ask her what it's like to still have sunlight. It's been dark here for about 10 hours, it feels like. And ask her if you have any questions. Ask me or ask Rachael. I'll be checking the chat here in a minute. So I wanted to share Rachael. So Rachael, we had never met before. We didn't know each other from nothing. And I got a message from this beautiful blonde, who I now know is very tall blonde bombshell. We just realized that she's tall. And you reached out to me and said, I potentially want to work with you. Here's what's going on. So share with the people, the faces of Facebook, where kind of were you in life and business? Where were you? Like, what was going on for you?
Yeah. So this is my third location of running my business. And, like I've taken a lot of education to learn how I want to run it and all of that. But I was kind of just in this rhythm and I don't know, Jen pulled out of me that I've been kind of lonely, even though I'm very involved in my community, which is bizarre. Most people would be like, what? You're lonely? That doesn't make any sense. But working on your own as an entrepreneur, it is like you're always the one who's brainstorming and doing all the things on your own, and it can be very lonely at times. And then getting, I hope you don't hear the train going by. I forgot that we get trains. Is it loud? Okay. Okay. So just kind of felt lonely and just like, where's my passion? I'm losing my passion in what I'm doing. And I want to be fulfilled and I want to have joy and I want to, just be excited and wake up. And it was like getting hard to just like get out of bed, just being tired. I have 3 kids, running the business, running around after 3 kids that are very busy, with school sports. And I don't know. I just wanted more and I didn't know what that looked like or what that was. And every year I always invest in education and, or coaching or something. And, I was kind of searching for who or what that would be, but, I've done everything from like having a therapist to, but yeah, when we connected, I was like, and then also being referred by Nicole. I was like, I think this is what I need. Like I think I need to do this. So yeah, that's where I was. Oh, I'm losing. I don't hear you.
Oh, just kidding. I had muted myself because my dog was barking and your train was going by.
Sorry. Hopefully that won't happen too much.
This is live entertainment, people.
Yeah.
So you weren't doing bad.
No.
You just realized you wanted more and you didn't know what the more looked like. And I think a lot of women can relate to that. They have great things. They have a lovely home and you have a lovely family and you are in a wonderful community and you have all the things, but you wanted more and you weren't sure what the more was or what it looked like, whether it's more money. I know a few of the things I remember you telling me is you like, I want to be able to give on a more profound level. And so one of your goals was, how do I figure out a way to make more so I can give more and do more good in the world, which I thought was an amazing goal to have, because we all want to make more money in our business and we want to have beautiful home and give our kids everything they want, but having more to be able to give more was such a special part, and it ended up being a special part of kind of where you are headed now in your business. So you had tried a bunch of different things and they had worked for you or supported you in the season you were in, but you were looking for something a little deeper. So what do you feel like was the biggest frustration for you in your business / life at the time?
I don't know, being passionate about what I was doing, like finding joy in the everyday, like just being excited about getting up and doing what I was doing. And I didn't like that feeling of, I don't know. I never want my business to just be, this is just what I'm doing to bring in money. I want it to be more than that. I want it to be, serve a purpose and, be more, do more, just more than just a job, I was losing my kind of passion in photography or the purpose for why I was doing it. And, I think it always been, well, I'm doing this to support my family. I'm doing this, but yeah, that that's kind of where I was at. So,
yeah. And so I think also getting to that next jump, right? Like you knew there was like somewhere you're supposed to go, but trying to figure out, where is this magical place? Because if I already knew, I would already be doing it and I wouldn't need any help getting there. And so I think for you were like, I know I want to have more dreams and do more things and be bigger, but I need support in doing that, so that you didn't feel so stagnant anymore in where you were.
Yeah. And I love, like I give, I don't know, I love giving, I love serving, but you can exhaust yourself by doing that too. Like, I've kind of been learning to say no to some things, but still, like we give a lot, we serve a lot, but then it's like, for what purpose? And not that we do it for ourselves, but yeah, you want excitement and joy in what you're doing. And I was feeling kind of like burnt out and tired. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you get to the next level or the next journey if you're tired already of where you are? It's not very motivating to be like, okay, well, I'll just pick up and do this next thing easily, right? So like having some support around figuring out what that is. So this next question, did you have any objections before joining the program, and what changed your mind? I would love to know this.
Yeah. I always have this like doubt in my head, like, can the person pull out of me whatever they need to think they need to pull out? Or like, can they get it out of me? Can they get me to dream? Can I dream? I don't know. Like, I wasn't sure. I've done dream coaching, therapy, business coaches, mentors. And I was just like, I don't know. Can Jen do this? You have that like little bit of doubt in your head. And so definitely that. And then just nervous. We had never met, and but then Nicole and I were like texting and chatting back and forth, and she was talking through all she had been through, with you, and now, and just, it was like, okay, I think this is the right fit. This is what I've been looking for. So let's just do this. So, yeah.
Yeah. So there was a financial investment. Was there some doubt in your mind of what you could do?
Yeah. Like, was the financial investment worth investing in myself? And would the outcome be what I wanted it to be, for that investment? I was nervous about that, definitely, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you had to bet on yourself.
I had to.
Which was
really hard.
Scary.
It was very hard. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And I mean, I think we talked too, like last time I invested in a coach, I was sick for like 3 straight days. Like, because it's you're betting on yourself, and it's the biggest risk to say, okay, I'm going to do this and nobody's going to come save me but me. So I have to put in it exactly what I want to get out.
Yeah.
So let's start talking about what we have been doing. So we started, I think we've had 6 sessions together, and we started digging into your business. I have learned a lot about the photography model, so maybe I could be a photographer if I ever needed to be. My iPhone. So we dug into your business, pricing, your offers. We started tweaking, looking at what your offers, how much time you're spending on each one, how many you have, tracking your leads, tracking your revenue. We really got dirty into all your business stuff to see how we could optimize it and how you could show up more on social media and how you could do all these things. And I gave you so much to do on purpose, and you started doing it. And what kind of happened for you throughout this process? Where did you start, and how did it feel during? Because it wasn't all roses during. So talk to us a little bit about like kind of where you started and what was going on for you.
Well, was it the first or the second week? I mean, my brain was just like, no, I don't want to do that. That's not what I want to do. Or how do I do that? Like it was almost like retraining my brain in some ways. And I was fighting against me. Like it was like a Rachael versus Rachael fight. And I could feel it. And I was like, this is hard. I don't know.
Did I pay for this?
I don't know if this is like what's gonna come out of this, and what is worth me stepping out in fear and doing this. So I remember kind of battling myself in the beginning, and then, throughout all the work, like I'm also in busy season, so I'm trying to keep up with my own business, kids, and then also all the exercises and stuff that, homework that you've given me. And then, that one morning being mad at myself that I wasn't making progress, like becoming really angry with myself. Like, I don't even think I told you when we got on that call, but until after, but I had that morning, like this isn't working. What in the world? I'm really mad at myself, like had gotten to that point. And then that's the day that I had my breakthrough. So, yeah.
So she fought me a lot, people. She fought me a lot, but you were feeling stuck energetically. You were physically and energetically, you were just stuck. And so you are a smart woman, like many of the women are in the world, and you knew things you needed to do, but we often aren't trained to do the things we don't know how to do, or we don't love to do, or we don't push ourselves to go do those uncomfortable things. So we worked through, I loaded you up.
Yes.
Because Rachael, my friends, is a very responsible person who will accomplish all the things you give her and then say, check, check, check. So I loaded her up to where she couldn't do that. So that you would have no choice but to get mad and open your energy up, right? So there's 7 levels of energy. When you're kind of stuck, you're in 1. When you get mad, and you get mad is 2, and then you start coping and finding opportunities. You can't do that if you stay in this stuckness area. So getting you mad was an outlet to push that out. So I loaded you up. We worked through a lot of things on what's working, what's not. You were tweaking your offers. You were making some progress, but you getting mad turned into the most beautiful thing. And I think women, when you feel frustrated, people say, when it gets bad enough, you'll do it. When it gets bad enough, you'll lose weight, but you won't do it till it's bad enough. Whether you're sick or, overweight or whatever it is, one day you'll be like, it's now bad enough. I'm going to do something. It's the same with anything else. Once it feels bad enough, your mind is able to be like, okay, I want something else. Yeah. I want something else than this. So that day, let's talk about that day. And I had goosebumps for hours. So that day, Rachael had the most beautiful epiphany that we kind of navigated through unknowingly about her purpose. And a lot of the reasons you gave me throughout these things were me pulling things out of you and then repeating them back to you and us piecing them together. So from your mindset wise, things that are important to you are giving to the community and doing something on a grander scale in the world that really changes the world. You're so purpose driven, you're spiritual, you have all this charm, like all these things to give the world, and you knew you had this higher purpose of like, I want to be doing more than just pictures. I have this bigger purpose. And so kind of share a little bit about what it was like, the relief of kind of figuring out, oh my gosh, I could be doing this other thing. Like, talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, at first it was just like shock that you dug it out of me.
You dug it out of you. I didn't do anything. I just said, here's what you're saying. And I pieced it together.
Is this real? But then just really being completely and utterly excited about my purpose, having a clear idea of what that is. And then over and over and over since then, being revealed to me in different situations of people that I'm coming across, and that honestly God is just bringing into my life and reiterating that over and over and over, like almost every day since, like just crazy. And yeah, like very enlightening, and honestly even has brought excitement into my regular sessions. I mean, I just did a regular headshot session today and ended up chatting with the guy afterwards, and I had mentioned how, by the end I'm done with my photo sessions, I'm pretty good friends with my clients. And by the time he left, he was like, yeah, I feel like your friend now. It's really funny that, it was like an hour headshot session, but that this is, what I'm going to be doing will be so much deeper in that and really change people's lives and help them heal. And it's now my job looks to me like an honor and a privilege that I never felt before. So I have my first shoot on the 18th, and I'm really, really excited about it and to see where that goes. So, yeah.
So I will not give away your new model because Rachael is perfecting it and coming up with all these amazing things. But I think for you, what happened is we started talking through, is this even the way you wanted to be doing the business?
Mm-hmm.
Right? You learned the way from amazing photographers. You learned a model. You learned how to do all the things, and you put it together. But there was something like Rachael. There's not like a Rachael to it. It was the normal standard thing, and you were doing well at it. Mm-hmm. But putting Rachael on it now turns it into something exponentially more profitable, more exciting, more passion filled. So what we unlocked was, I think that day I said, is this even what you want to do? Like, is this even the way you want to do it? Because you're telling me you want to have events and you want to tell stories and connect with people and do these things. Like, what if it looked different? Mm-hmm. And we started really figuring out, okay, this is how it's looked. And we got really into how it looked currently. What could it look like? And now I feel like, I don't know what you feel like. I feel like this could be something that could be Beyonce level. Like, this could be big time celebrities calling you. This could be you making a lot of money to do a lot of good with for your family, but for the world. And then also just the part of the story around it and how people are going to be changed through it is insane. It was hard for me to, not hard for me to watch, but it was a beautiful thing to witness someone have that realization in front of my eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then for you to just message me day after day, you won't believe what happened. This person told me that they want this, and this was their story, and da-da-da-da. And you were like, so I always tell people, don't worry about the how. The how is going to be revealed to you when you make the commitment of what it is you want to do. And as soon as you were like, yep, this is it.
Mm-hmm. Everything just is flowing so much easier. And even though I'm crazy busy, normally I'd be tired, exhausted, and like trying to hype myself up before a photo session or something. And now my excitement's back. Like I'm, you know, I don't know. Like I'm just very excited about all the possibilities and what this could do, bring, and not just for myself, or my family, but even the people that I'll be connecting with. Like just blown away by what the possibilities are in helping people. And just, yeah. And it's just like an honor and a privilege to help these people. Like, and then even from that, being able to help others in addition to that, because, you know, we can do fundraiser events. We can, gather people to celebrate these amazing people with these amazing stories and where they are now. And, just really celebrate life with them. And yeah. And yeah, it's still mind blowing to me as I'm about to start crying.
I know you're about to make. It's just beautiful. Like I can't wait to share when you share what you're doing and how you're going to go about doing it. But I feel like that clarity for you is just, it's opened the floodgates of what's possible, right? All these things, and building that connection and telling people stories and doing it in such a unique, different way that changes them, changes the world, and comes with a lucrative price tag, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like that you're going to be really providing for you and your family, but you're also going to be able to then do these big events. And I think our first session, you were like, I want to have these big events. And I don't know what I'm doing there. You already knew, but you didn't.
Yeah. It just needed to be like pieced together. That's all. You know,
That's
like
all.
the ideas.
That was it. That was it, guys.
The ideas are there. I just didn't know how to like put the puzzle together, basically. Yeah. And and it wasn't real to me. Like now it's real, and it's, I don't know, what I truly feel called to do. Like I didn't feel that before. And it's, yeah. So I'm super excited, and here comes another train.
Choo choo. It's a celebration train. And so people know this was not just a magical moment where we hopped on and we were having a cocktail, and it was like there were tears, there was anger, there was, I don't want to really do that, there's me pushing you to do things you didn't want to do, it was outside of your comfort zone, or it was just like, I don't want to do this, but we had to figure out what didn't work. Mm-hmm. And start putting those pieces together, and the only person that could do that ultimately was you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we started that call with me feeling like defeated, like I had failed because I hadn't gotten all the assignments done, and I wasn't keeping up with the work, and like, I'm not sure this is working. Yeah. So yeah, it's yeah. And it's all like different pieces of things I've been doing. It just honestly brings it all together. And the people that I have shared on the side about this, because we're still working through the details of what this all will be.
She's so secretive, world, because she has one of the best ideas ever in photography, and she doesn't want to give it to you for free, people.
I just need a plan. I'm a person who likes having a plan in my head. But different people that I have mentioned this to, they're just like overjoyed and excited for what I am going to be doing. So, and so I have a couple of sessions already that they're almost like trial, like how this is all going to work. But I'm ecstatic and honored and just so privileged that I get to do this. Yeah.
All right. Well, I cannot wait for you to share more, because I'm dying. And even we came up with an I am statement for Rachael, and it's powerful. And when she does that thing, when she puts this plan into motion, and we'll get back on here and we'll share with the world, because people are going to want it. It's something that's going to live on forever, and, make an impact on a lot of different people with a lot of different stories and a lot of different experiences. So what do you think's become possible for you since starting this journey with me?
Um, just honestly, it's been a flip of how I view myself, how I view my business, how I view what I am doing, and that I truly like have figured out my purpose, which is incredible. And yeah, I don't know that the sky's the limit. Um, and like I had it in my head before, you kind of like, but
There's a limit.
there's always these little fears that are holding us back. And I always knew that. And I mean, I talk to women all the time about how fear holds us back from so much potential. And it's a constant work and a constant process that you have to battle. And I've definitely battled some big fears that I didn't even realize I had, or that I wasn't looking at myself, as luxury, like, what is that? That was one of our first assignments, and I didn't even realize like I'm running a luxury business yet. I'm not looking at myself as luxury, like I am. And yeah. So, just being confident in that, like truly confident in owning it, which I didn't before. So, and it makes an impact on every person. Like the people that you're nervous to speak with, you're now confident to speak with. We also talked about being small, like being around people who make you feel small. I don't feel small around them anymore. Like, either they can be in my circle or they can choose not to be. And if they choose not to be, then I'm meant to be somewhere else, and that's okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm not really sure who you are right now. Because many women live in this world of serving, right? Like it's nurturing, it's a beautiful thing, but then sometimes it can go too far where we're just constantly serving, whether it's family, community, whatever. And I think you were in a little bit of that zone where you are so connected to your community and so connected to all the things that it was a little bit draining because a lot of your energy was going to a lot of other things. And so how to really focus on you became like, wait, what do I want? Who do I want to be around? What is serving me? What is fueling me and filling me up? And I think a lot of women can relate to that. Like, I think we even said, like, you can say no, and still love them and still support them from afar, but you don't have to be in it with them. And I think a lot of women can relate to taking on all that stuff. So thanks for sharing that.
And even when we see, sometimes we don't see ourselves as that level that we're at. And now I feel like I'm at that level. Like that I thought I had to, I don't know, not necessarily, I don't know if level is the right word, but like I'm valued enough to be with those people who I thought were better than me, I guess. Like, and it's been interesting. I can see some big things happening with even like being in higher up circles that I've been wanting to get to for a really long time. And for some reason just couldn't get there. And it was something in me holding me back.
Yeah. So. And since then, since that day of clarity, you've still been doing some of your old way stuff and charging more and attracting random clients now that are like, yes, sure. So even this, like just that clarity and you opening that up has allowed so much to come your way that now you're charging even more for certain things. And you were like, I don't know. And they were just like, yep, here you go, pay in full.
Yeah. A day later, a day after, like.
Yeah. Literally the next day you were like, well, paying full on this brand new thing that I'm charging more than 4 times. Right. And just so people know, Rachael is a high-end photographer. Rachael is not your $400 digital person. Rachael is a multi-5-figure photographer who does beautiful portraits and people will pay a lot of money for them. And so for her to raise prices or put herself out there in a different way is epic. And that was us going through your offers and role playing and talking about what it would look like and getting rid of an offer. And so we really got into the business stuff, but you'll notice that a lot of the stuff that's holding you back is here. So as we're going through this and as we're going through the business part, we start uncovering, okay, what is it that's not working for you? And most of it is you.
Yes.
Most of it is you. It's your experiences. It's your life. It's your childhood. It's what's worked for you, what hasn't, what you've learned, what you've not learned, all these things. And so being able to pull those out and then repeat them back to you and say, this is what I hear you saying. Is this what you want to be doing? Because it doesn't sound like it. And it doesn't match anything you told me you've been wanting to do. And you're like, you know what? You're right.
Yeah.
And now you have this beautiful thing that I just want to share, and it's not even my thing. So I cannot wait for people to hear it and purchase it and experience it. And so if there's someone out there that's feeling the way you are, these are my, I don't know why, my pretty nails. If there's someone out there that's feeling like you in some way on here, and they're worried about betting on themselves, or they're worried about a financial investment, or they're worried about the time, or they're worried about, well, is it going to work? Am I going to be able to do it? What would you say to them?
Well, I had all those doubts, and it's really taking the chance on yourself. And even if you don't believe it, and if you it was just like a gut feeling, like this is, if you connect with Jen, and it was really, I mean, after talking with you and then hearing Nicole's experiences, and then, like, don't overthink it. Just like, if you truly are like, this is what I need, just do it. Like, jump all in and do it. Because I had all those doubts. Like, I was sick. I was like, what did I just do?
What did I just do?
What am I doing? What am I doing? I don't know. But it was so, like, sometimes we just have to take the leap, and because fear, it's the fear in us. It's the doubts. It's not believing in ourselves, and just understand all that will come.
Yeah.
Like, it will. And
it will.
Believe in it. And I didn't believe in it, and I still, now I do.
You committed and you were doing it, and you were still like, I don't know if this is what I need to be doing. But, allowing that, right? Like,
just allowing the process to happen.
Yeah.
And
really, you were so amazing at sitting in it and doing it and feeling it, even though there were some days where you were just like this, I'm crying the whole session again, or like, you were really in it. And the how comes after the commitment. I think a lot of times we're like, oh, well, just give me the plan. Tell me exactly what we're going to do. Tell me exactly how it's going to unfold. And that's not life. Like, you don't have breakthroughs with a to-do list.
No.
You have breakthroughs.
Patient with the process too. Like, being patient and just like knowing you're going to go through the roller coaster of emotions and work, and like, just realize that's going to happen, and allowing yourself to process through it. Yeah. Because it took me 6 sessions. I don't know if it takes everyone else that long.
Oh, everyone else is usually 7. So you're, of course, you're an over accomplisher again. Congratulations.
Because I was getting mad at myself. Yeah.
Well, it is such an honor, because you are one of the most amazing humans I've ever met. And I think what you're going to do in the world is beautiful, and there needs to be more women being put in positions to stretch themselves and grow so that they can be called. And I think there was a moment for me when we were talking before we started working together, and I think we started talking about how, like, it was almost like there was this calling for you on a bigger level, and you felt it, and I started to feel it. There was something more for you. So if you know that you want more, and for you, it's a lot of stuff for you. For you, it's the spiritual piece that you feel like God has called you to do more. You feel like it's money and being able to provide the life that you want, but also to give. And like, there's all these in connection and community. Like, you have such a big purpose, and a lot of women have that. And I think we talked about, you're a woman, you were given the greatest gift to create life, to do what, to create life. Like, you could create life. So we have the most amazing power, and we are called to do great things with our power. And so for you and me to work together has just been such a joy, and watching you just flourish and run away. And hopefully I can call you after Beyonce and you'll take my call one day, because I could just see these big names. Like, I want to work with Rachael, and what she does, no one else is doing. So it's been an honor. So if you're scared, take the darn leap. Go ahead and be sick for a couple days. It's scary, but betting on you is you're always going to win if you bet on yourself.
Yeah, so true.
So thank you for joining me tonight, Rachael. Thank you to all our guests. We have quite a few guests joining us today I can see it in my chat on my phone. So thank you, Christine and Odie and Melissa and Amy, and Nicole was on here. So thank you for joining us tonight. Feel free to share with your friends if you feel like any of this resonated with you, what Rachael's going through. And we will be back on here to share with my friends, because I want them to hear what you're going to be doing firsthand. So tune in, follow Rachael on Instagram. She's on Facebook, Instagram. Where else are you?
Yeah, those are the main two. I mean, I'm on LinkedIn and, but
all the places. But go follow her on Instagram. Follow her stories. She's going to be showing up more on social media anyway. So follow her, look at her beautiful artwork. And if you're ever in Ripon, California, she's your girl.
Yeah.
Also, thanks for joining me, and I will see you soon, my friend.
All right. Thank you.